Hello, everyone, and welcome to BrickFeed 307. I'm Eljay.
BrickFeed!
I'm Meso.
I'm the Exec Trooper.
I'm Ven.
And this is BrickFeed 307.
And this is BrickFeed 307.
And this is BrickFeed 307.
Which episode is this?
BrickFeed
307.
307.
That's what. 307.
307.
307. 307.
300 plus 7.
30
Is
plus
this-
7.
300 times 7.
Is this the first Pottercaster in the 2019er
It's
for
the-
the TTV?
That's the first
is
one that we
indeed.
have recorded in 2019. But
Yeah,
so,
I presumed.
yeah.
Correct. It's
presumed.
also, correct me if I'm wrong, the first BrickFeed episode that Vin has been on in like a year.
No,
Yep.
no,
Or a
no,
little
no.
half year.
I don't, let me check, because I have a list.
What up, Ben? What'd you think about like bricks and stuff, man? Brick feet, you know? Yeah.
Oh, dude, bricks, you know, they're pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
stick and stuff.
yeah,
And,
you know.
you can make stuff with them. It's pretty
That-
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
man,
Oh, wait. Oh, fudge.
Making stuff
Guys,
with
I've-
with bricks.
I
What?
made
What'd
a-
you do?
I made a crucial error that Zeros has politely pointed out. That
Oh,
it's
what?
it's not it's not BrickFeed 307. It's 107.
Oh my
No.
god.
It's
Oh,
brick-
no.
I was gonna say I don't.
It's
feel
only
like
a couple
we got-
hundred.
I don't feel like we've gone through that many episodes of
We have
BrickFeed
not.
just yet, you know.
How hilarious is that the one time we meme the number? It's wrong.
It's completely wrong. All right, so Ven was on episode 100, and before that he was on episode 92.
Alright, fair enough.
And now he's on 307.
Fun
crazy, dude.
fun
What a
fact.
gap.
Yeah,
Episode-
I
Well,
missed
what a jump.
200 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did those go? You know, talking about like bracket pieces and bricks and like I don't know, Lego stuff. Yeah.
Bricks and bones may break my stones.
Okay,
I
so
think
anyway,
Stones are... okay.
yeah. How are you guys doing this week?
I'm doing
Pretty good.
wonderfully. I'm enjoying the new year. Working at Target, putting out 2019 Lego sets and not buying them.
Aha! You see,
Cool.
my first set of the new year had to be an Overwatch set.
Which one did you get?
It was... I don't remember the name of it. It's the little one with Tracer and Widowmaker.
Yeah, it's Tracer versus Widowmaker.
That's it? That's all it is? Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. It's
That's
Alright.
amazing.
Great name.
Well, that's
I got the Tracer versus Widowmaker set. It's nice. I like the little build of like what was this? The payload,
yeah.
Yes.
like rocket ship payload. It's pretty good. It's really creative how they form the front part of it, especially. Not a very orthodox build, but it works.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact that they converted the payload into a vehicle, but I think it's a cool little optional thing, you know? Like,
Mhm.
it adds play value for kids, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I mean, it's not like it has to be that way either. They give you two little plates that you can cover up the hole with if you don't want to display it with a minifigure inside.
That's perfect.
So that's what I have it as right now. And then I have my Tracer and Widowmaker figures just displayed with a bunch of other figures. These are pretty good. I need to go find that custom Tracer that I got a while back.
Oh,
and compare
yeah!
it. But just based on my memory alone, I can definitely say I like this one better. Well, for the most part, I think the legs on the custom were a bit better.
Good old Lego leg printing. Sometimes underwhelms.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I do like that though that they did use something that was already existent in the universe as like a little vehicle thing, rather than just making something up that looks weird like they do a lot
Yeah.
in the Star Wars battle packs. So I can appreciate that, but it does look kind of weird with just Tracer, just lightning fast character. Just I'm just gonna sit on this payload all exposed and stuff.
I mean, Spider-Man has, like, the spider bike, and I find that equally weird.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one in a minute. But yeah, no, I like I like the figures. That was my main draw to the set, of course, were getting the minifigures, because the Widowmaker figure is quite great. They did a great job with her. The back printing, leg printing, and all. It's pretty good. And the custom mold that they did for her hair, and the helmet, I guess, helmet thingy, visor, whatever the heck that is that she wears on her head, pretty good. It's all one mold, which, I mean, I should have seen coming, but it's just kind of surprising how well they made that work.
Yeah. I think all, if not, well, let me say all. Most of the Overwatch minifigures are generally well done, but I'm partial to Tracer and Widowmaker because they make the least sacrifices. They're some of the best translations of the characters, including Widowmaker's weapon.
Diva?
There's one of it, I didn't say the most.
Okay. Alright.
Right.
What, is there anything wrong with Diva?
No, Diva's really
No.
good. That was what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, Diva is great.
Diva's like really up there.
Diva is great, basically perfect, but she comes in a set with Reinhardt, who isn't on both fronts. So it's like you have to buy Reinhardt to get Diva.
I'm holding
Okay,
Reinhardt
whenever
now,
I
and
get
I'm
that
just
set, I'm going to
crying.
improve that Reinhardt.
Mhm.
What's the core issues with Reinhardt? Is it just lack of articulation?
I wouldn't know personally because I don't have it yet, but based on
I-
pictures and like video reviews, you can see like it's got some weird proportions.
Yeah, Eljay has it.
Yes.
Oh, LJ, go ahead.
Well, I don't want to spill the beans too early, but I mean, yeah, proportionally he's fine. It is, however, a matter of articulation as well as some really just odd aspects about the suit, like simple things that are very easily rectified, like without extra pieces whatsoever. It's just like flipping certain bricks. And then the minifigure it's a nice addition, but in a novelty kind of sense, because it only has torso printing on the front and back, and then the head, and that's it. All the other limbs are completely clean, and because it's just a normal
Oh, that's
minifigure,
weird.
it doesn't really resemble Reinhardt. So,
Yeah, I can see that. That's a very awkward. I don't know, little stay on the minifigure there because it's like the head is nice, but like you said, like you can't just kind of put that right next to all your Overwatch minifigures. People just be like, "Who's that? Like, why is there or like why is there a weird small Reinhardt?" You know? It just,
yeah. They do give him a tiny hammer if you want him to be outside of the suit. Like, it's built
Oh, really?
in-
That's cool.
It's built into the large hammer that you can then modify slightly per the instructions to make it a small one. But at the same time, it also makes it kind of awkward because if you have the tiny hammer on the big one, it makes the big one overall a smidge inaccurate. So, it's a concession that I understand. It's a nitpick more than anything else.
Right.
But I still like it. Like the set overall is still good. Like Reinhardt and Diva. Diva's it's
That's
wonderful.
good.
My Diva actually came with a misprint.
Oh, really?
how's
The upper visor is muddied. It is not a slightly translucent green. It is almost completely solid green.
Whoa.
Yeah, so kind of fun. But I will be doing a review
sounds neat.
on this for TTV. I just gotta actually
That
get
is
around to it.
quite
Man,
neato.
That's not
Wait, can you just get like a quick picture on that, LJ, or do you
I
want to
wanna
save
see
that?
Oh yeah, I can do a quick one. Yeah.
Snap a quick
In
pic.
the
yo.
meantime, Meso and X, did you guys get anything over the new year?
No. I did
No.
not get any Lego.
did-
Whole
I did
lot of
not.
Nothing.
I didn't really celebrate Christmas, so I didn't really get it. Anything.
Yeah,
So,
no Lego for me.
I did order the Reinhardt and Diva set though, but because I thought it was gonna, because I thought like that one time when you guys said they were made like available, and I just that day ordered in hopes to like get it as like a Christmas present for myself, so that there would be some sort of Christmas, but it just never came. It said it was shipped today though, but it was kind of it did say it was available at the shop at home.
It's just Lego being slow, like they always are. You know.
Yeah, shop at home has the slowest shipping I think I've ever experienced.
Well, it was shipped today, even though
Besides
it was
from China.
ordered. Even though it was ordered like in the middle of December or something.
Whoa, what the heck?
Yeah.
I'll put this image up on screen in just a moment. Give me a second.
That's actually pretty cool.
It is. I'll mention it in the review, but it's kind of funny because this is like the second misprinted piece I've owned. I don't know if this is a common thing with this piece. For everyone,
Find out.
for everyone on YouTube, there it is. It is an almost solid green. You can slightly see through it, but there's a very clear and distinct difference.
That thing. So it's an almost solid green, but it's made of like the transparent green.
That diva is going to be worth millions in just a year or two. Watch.
Yeah, like that piece there like might be worth a great deal, basically, if it's like I don't really know about transparent pieces. Like I'm not 100% on how much it is worth or can be worth, because like I just don't know about like a piece that's transparent, but now it's not. But like that's at least incredibly unique. You should, I would very much like keep that, and also if you contact like the Bricks and Pieces, they'll probably send you one that's just complete normal, and then you get like your normal cockpit piece as well as your little freebie there. So I would do that. So I'd say that's a cool little surprise for your set.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like misprints. The only other misprint I own is that of a Barak Kal face piece, and it's the red one, but it is a incorrect pattern in red. So, but yeah, no, I like it, but I digress. I keep saying that. I've only been recently told that I say I digress often, and it's littered throughout my recap reviews. It's just
You say it every time.
It's a really easy way to
This is
transition.
the first time I hear it.
Yeah, I've
No,
never
he'll
noticed.
say he'll say this and that and another thing. It's translucent. No. It's a real neat thing. But I digress.
Yeah, I've been told. I've been told it's
Once you put
absolutely.
the context in there,
Yeah,
feeling a bit deja vu.
it's scattered throughout my reviews, and so I'm trying to keep mental notes of that. So
But I digress.
I digress.
But I digress.
I did get a few sets over the new year, and I built them. That's right, Meso. I built them.
Impressive.
Yes.
Wow,
So
it's almost like that's what you're supposed to do.
I was
Are
recently.
you sure you're not just supposed to have the box sitting there with all the pieces in them for all of eternity?
I have been told that is improper.
Haley's picked up on your bad habits, Eljay.
Okay.
She bought Firstborn months ago.
Don't
has been using it as her
don't-
computer desk.
Don't put this on me. Don't
What's
put
the
that
firstborn?
That
The
red dragon.
The
from
Ninjago Red Dragon from the latest wave.
on me. That's not my fault.
What? That
Haley
thing
has
looks
used
beast.
it. Haley
I
bought
want
it
that.
and has been using it as a computer desk.
What?
Okay.
Haley, this is not the optimal way to use your resources.
Come on, Haley. Don't be doing this. You'd be doing
So-
Firstborn dirty right now.
Okay, that is a phrase I heard while I was in Utah in December, and it is one of the funniest phrases. Just, I love it.
What phrase? What's the phrase that got your Jimmy's rustling?
Well, okay. Let me quickly get my built items out of the way. I'll just tell you what I built.
Come on, man. That's getting you rustling and tussling and bustling.
So first of all, I received and constructed set number 40172 Brick Calendar, and built it, I think, yesterday. And
Oh, the calendar, yeah.
Yeah, this is a really cool calendar. It's
The
quite neat.
calendar.
Yes. It's neat. It's easy to do. It's kind of like a tear a piece of paper off for every day calendar, and I don't like those. So thankfully this saves a lot of money in that regard. The other couple of things that I built, and I'm trying so desperately to get him on Brickset. Brickset, come on, come on. Come on. No, Brickset, stop it. Stop. Minecraft. It's like a Minecraft. And these are actually gifts courtesy of my good friendo Palo Meso. So thank you, Meso. And one of them is set number 21130, the Nether Railway, which I knew about this set, but I kind of passed it over because it seemed a little empty to me, and I like Minecraft sets that are vertical. But this was an error on my part because it is actually a really engaged build. It's a lot of fun to actually construct. And of course it has functions that I don't really utilize, but it is quite an enjoyable experience. The other one was, what's the set number? Set number 21142, the Polar Igloo. And this is actually a first for me, because I don't usually dabble in any of the Minecraft sets that feature snow biomes, ever. So this is the first one, and it is fascinating because the polar bear is absolutely hilarious.
Is there a reason to avoiding the snow biomes? Is there some traumatic experience that happened within Minecraft in the snow biome that you don't want to talk about?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm pretty good. Yeah.
What's funny about the polar bear?
Oh, look at it.
About the polar bear?
Look at the big polar bear. Look at...
Oh, you're talking about the back?
Yeah, I'm talking about the back.
I remember this now.
But...
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean...
Right.
They want some sort of articulation, but yeah.
Of course.
The horses are the same, but much less severe because they actually look like legs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Why did they do that?
Because it raises up. You know, it's supposed to be a function of the polar bear.
Right. But it looks so...
The igloo is actually really well built. When I was building it, I was thinking in my head, this is exactly how I would build an igloo in Minecraft. Like, this is the exact process that I would take to construct it in the game. And I thought it was great. It added another layer to the set. So, really good.
Something I really appreciate about the Minecraft sets is that they all kind of have that sense of, oh, you could build this in the game.
Oh, yeah. I could go on for ages shilling the Minecraft sets. Even though I'm not paid to, and even though the Minecraft Moments video was a very long time ago, I really do genuinely think they're some of the best LEGO sets in the last few years. So.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
Pretty nice sets.
Yeah. Now, X, I believe you have something set-related to present to us today.
Oh, yeah! We can do that now! Why not? Alright,
What you got, X?
So, Toa Vaxok? BXaxok?
Toa Backstock?
I think that's his name, but he came up in the comment section on the last episode, 106. He came up with the name for this segment, which is just called Viewers Set Spotlight. I think that's
I love it.
Does that work? Are you sure? It's very similar to Ben's thing, now that I think of it. But
I don't care.
That works? Alright, that's good. But anyway...
Well, I take that back.
No.
Well, we'll get into the legal issues after this episode. Thanks. We'll get the documents.
Actually, I take that back. I just don't like you.
No. You take
we got ourselves... No, I'm just kidding.
I take that back. I love you.
I love you too, man. Let's just run away. Get away from all this, man. Let's just get some remote island
Let's
going.
run away. Run away to our own island.
Then X, the new ship, we'll call it Vex.
Do not do that. I don't want you to do that. You get your destiny.
I can't go with you. I have to stay with Meso for Venenac.
Oh my god.
Well, sorry, Haley.
Get vexed. Come on, man. Get vexed on a remote island. Yeah.
What is this about?
It's perfect. Vex, dude. Ah.
Okay.
But anyway, with that little episode out of the way, what were Leo Alexander Magnus had the incredible suggestion from last time to talk about the Creator Titan XP from 2004, which is one of those sets that I always wanted, but I never got. And you might feel the same way. It's this old Creator set, and it says Creator.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, it says Creator, but I'm not really sure what the alternate models on this thing is, like, at all.
Exoforce prototype.
Because Exoforce, I mean, this seems better than Exoforce, to be honest, or most of the sets. Well, look at this thing. It's not gappy at all. You know, it looks like it has a lot of bulk to it. You know, it looks more like a
Hero Factory is in this. Oh well, because I have his colors.
I mean, this guy came before Hero Factory, and interestingly, this is like the only time we've ever seen this. I feel is that they're just using pants for fingers on this set.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's quite particular. Like, we don't really see.
Oh, yeah.
We don't really see pants.
They never do that.
Right? So that's quite like a special thing. That's why I really love this little segment that we have.
Oh, there you go. Wadden found the alternate models.
Oh, there are, because like this is the only image that.
And they're pretty cool too. There's like a plane and little creatures and a walker.
Well, it doesn't really beat the fact that there's just like this massive mech, and I am not sure though. Like, this is a very old mech, but it does look like it has two joints of articulation throughout the legs, like or that's like a knee.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this came before like the policies with just having less joints for
That's
knees,
true.
etc. But that is like that is a very, very big mech from the looks of it. I think you got the dimensions here, and it's 38 centimeters tall apparently, and I don't really know how that translates to inches. 15 inches, I think.
It would be about a pretty usual construction figure's height, maybe a bit taller than that.
It looks a lot taller in the image, but I mean, I think that's more the image doing it justice more than anything else. So, but I mean, this is
either way, it's impressive.
Yeah, this is a set from 2004.
It looks pretty modern.
Yeah, it does look like it holds up quite a bit here actually, which is do you guys like this? I mean,
for some reason it reminds me of the Garma Mecha Man, and I don't know why.
I've always liked the older Creator sets. I especially used to appreciate that they used to promote 8 different models that you could build out of the box rather than just 3 like how it is nowadays.
But did they have instructions for all those?
Yeah, they would, yeah. Like,
yeah, because I remember the blue one.
Yeah, the big blue designer set. That's what they used to call some of those.
Yeah, I remember that one because I had that.
There's like a bunch
one.
of robots you could build out of that.
Yeah, you could make like 2 small 2-legged ones, and they were in like the creator. There was like a creator game that was in there as well.
Yeah, it was in what's it called? It was in World Builder. Wow.
World Builder, yeah. There we go. We're going down the rabbit hole here, yeah.
That was like one of my favorite Lego games. Anyway,
back when Creator was cool.
Dude,
it's
Creator is
pretty
still
cool.
incredibly cool. Has so
yeah. I just wish that they promoted more, I don't know, creativity with them, I guess. Because even if, was it? I remember the instruction booklets. They also used to show pictures of a bunch of different other models that you could build. They didn't have the instructions for them, but it just showed you examples. Yeah, it gave you ideas, exactly. Yeah. And now it's just really straightforward. There's 3 sets of instructions for 3 different models, and then that's it. Nothing else. And the models are cool. I was just looking at some of the newer ones that we have this year, and those look really nice.
But they're no Titan XP. You know?
Yeah, they're no Titan XP.
Yeah. You know, very colossal giant, you know, just 2 fingers.
It's so interesting that they would do something like that and have it be so good released 15 years ago.
Well,
Usually
some things just hold up, you know. It is a
Well, it's like with the
art
knee
art
thing.
form.
I know it's like before the regulations, I'm sure. So I'm sure that if you have that set for a long period of time, the same rules that made it to where they can't do knees and the other sets would affect that set. You know, a degradation of quality over time, lack of stability, etc. But the fact that most types of Lego sets have gotten better as the years go by, whereas mechs have actually like downgraded in functionality, is interesting to me. Like 14 years ago, I could get a mech that I could actually pose, but in 2019, I get a mech that just stands still.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's interesting to me. It's like the only type of Lego that hasn't really been able to mature because of the limitations of the parts.
Look at what we're getting in the Discord chat. We got
the dragon,
the mythical creatures set. That was like my favorite thing when I was.
I actually got that set.
Yeah, I had that set too.
It was great.
8-in-1. There you go. 8-in-1. And then there's the dinosaur designer set. What was it? Prehistoric creatures. That one was also really cool.
They've done so many dinosaur sets.
Now here's the sets that we got this year. Well, the first one we're gonna look at is Futuristic Fliers, or Futuristic Flyer.
So that one's cool. I like the
feel a lot
Transformer
smaller.
robot model.
Yeah, see, like they're holding up, but then you notice the difference on the box. It's like there's not as much. Like you look at the mythical creatures box, you get like the light brick functionality with the Try-Me, and then 8-in-1, and then it shows you all the different models on the front face of the box. It even shows you all the parts that come with it on the very top of the box. And then on this guy, it's just like, oh, there's 3 models, and that's it.
It's much simpler. They've cut down a lot of the presentation.
It's
Well,
very
they do have had a lot more experience within the company over the years. You know, they might have. I don't know about the knee articulation thing, if it's for the better or so, but like, there's a lot more parts these days, so a lot of
That's
the
true.
sets are a lot smaller. Like, there's a lot of things to take into account, and I'm sure there was a lot of really bad sets as well. But like, we're kind of nitpicking on them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even so much the quality of the sets, because the sets, again, they still hold up really well. Here's the other creator set that came out this year.
It's,
yeah, this is really good. This one's called Deep Sea Creatures. You can build a shark, big giant squid, and the little anglerfish. I think that's pretty. All of these builds look really cool. Like I'll say that. Back in the day, even if we did have 8 different models to build, really I would only want to keep a few of those built, if any, or maybe just one, because some of the others don't really hold up as well as the main one, right? But with this one, all of them look cool. So now it's like, oh, I have a tougher decision. Do I want the squid or the shark? Or
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just kind of interesting how things have changed with Creator over the years. You kind of buy them for different reasons and play with them in different ways now.
Creators is something that doesn't get a lot of recognition. You know, like people often forget it exists.
But
I always pay attention to it just because I used to collect them as a kid.
It holds like a very classic part in people, just because it feels very it has very tradition. It has some of those very traditional Lego.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly the de facto experience for me. You buy a set, you build it, but there's all this other stuff you can do. It's like the springboard, and it's like, oh, well, if they can build 3 sets out of this, what can I build out of this?
Right. That's true.
They include a plane as an alternate model. Maybe I'll make a car. Yeah. That's an option, and
There's
I don't know, it's cool.
Another creator set that just came out that I want to look at too. Underwater robot.
They're really going back to the robots.
Yeah. So like every year
Mechs
we're
are
getting a
always
robot.
cool, so there's that. But concluding though, Creator is nice. Mechs are cool. Titan
Mechs
XP
are always
holds up as an incredible set with its 2 fingers and 4 chrome studs randomly on its chest.
I love it.
It's great, and very much thank you for the suggestion for the viewers set spotlights. So if anyone would like us to talk about any other random set and go down the rabbit hole of Lego's history when it comes to sets, themes, whatever you might call it, then leave your suggestion below. Any set, doesn't matter. We will discuss it if it gets the most thumbs up. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
You're welcome, Max.
I usually do these at the very end, so yeah. Transition.
So what does that mean? What's next?
Yeah, what's next? What's
Well-
next?
News.
I figure, Meso, do you want to talk about the set or the other thing from
Let's talk
Tor?
about the set first.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So we actually got a set announcement, a proper set announcement today. You probably all saw the set already. It is set number 70840. Welcome to Apocalypseburg. It's going to retail for about $300 in the United States and contains approximately 3,178 pieces. So this
This was
is...
very interesting because no one knew it was coming until it was leaked, not from a retailer, not from a catalog, but from eBay.
Oh
So
wow, what?
Their hands on this set somehow illegally and put it up for sale, and now we actually have a press release.
Yeah, this is actually our first look at the set. There's already a set review of it
Wow,
online
that's actually really cool.
because
Yep.
yeah, no, it looks great. It's a robust set. I mean, for 3,000 pieces, it's fairly robust. It looks really good. I'm not going to spend that amount on it because there's nothing that draws me to it right now. However, it's an incredibly well constructed set.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic they're going for the post-apocalyptic,
Mad
criminal
Max.
wasteland. I think they pull it off fantastically. Like it pretty much hits all the check boxes. It's just for me personally, the overload of gray and beige isn't necessarily the most appealing thing in the world from an aesthetic perspective. The real reason I would buy this set is for the Statue of Liberty that they build into. That's definitely the highlight here for me. And it's a very cool kind of design element that honestly brings this whole thing together and just makes it a recognizable landmark that I'm sure is going to be in the movie. Like, when you look at it from a front view, it doesn't look too impressive. It looks like just a bunch of gray, buildings onto the side of the Statue of Liberty. And then you look at it from the back, and you actually get to see like the dimensions and how far back it actually goes, and that there's even stuff on the side and in the back. And I get more of an appreciation from it. Basically, it's a fantastic model, and the amount of detail that's included is commendable. Now, we got to compare it. Actually, we don't have to compare anything to anything, but I like to compare it to the last Lego Movie D2C, which is Metalbeard's Sea Cow, and how that went. And this set is a very impressive ship design. It's really cool, especially for people who are super into Lego pirates and Lego pirate ships and all that. But it is kind of a rudimentary ship design as well, with the exception of the turrets and whatnot that kind of give it the more technological design scheme. I pretty much, it knew what it was trying to do. It did it well. This set, even though the colors might not interest me personally, I feel like it takes a few more risks. And it's not anything like anything else you could find in a Lego set. And for that, I give it thumbs up.
I think this set is just amazing because it's a very weird thing for me because like Apocalypse Lego was a huge thing from like 2009, 10 to 2014 for on Flickr, to the point where it just became a meme because everyone made fun of everyone making Apocalypse Lego because they basically just took a Lego City vehicle and just slapped like a bunch of Barnacle like knives and weapons on it and just called it a day.
Can you link some of that? I want to see it.
Well, I cannot link to the parody blog that I was referring to, but like this is just
yeah, but no, just some examples.
This is a like a little example of like a display where like everyone has like a tiny like one plate in which they're assigned, and then they make everything, and then they just assign all the plates whenever they're at the cons themselves. And like Apocalypseburg was just incredibly popular for a very long time, so it's pretty cool to find such a theme that was very prevalent through all my communities over the years for a very long time, and then all of a sudden there's just a perfect set for it. So like I posted this in like my old Facebook group when I first saw this image, and sorry about that. And they all loved it, honestly, and I love it too. I'm sorry for that like very drawn out long backstory, but basically it's incredibly like it's very cool for me to see this just before my eyes, because it's never something that I never thought Lego would do in 1,000 years, and it goes back to the thing Meso said. It's just like it's something that we haven't seen before, and I always like it when Lego are making like they're making these sort of like not play sets but big like landscapes and stuff that's not just a building. Like they're trying out new cool stuff, and it's great. I think this is a great set, and as Meso said, like the colors aren't super bright and catchy for the eyes, but you know it gets the job done for the theme.
I think what I find most appealing about this is because when you look at the giant wave of LEGO Movie 2 sets, like as a whole, because of it's mainly vehicles, which we all expected by this point, you know, it's difficult to convey like the look that they were going for Apocalypseburg. And like, being honest, I doubt it's going to take up that much of the movie. I figure they're going to space like right away, so I'm not necessarily upset that they didn't spend a lot of time making sets for a location that isn't going to be in the movie. But when you look at the vehicles, you know, Metalbeard's thing, Emmett and Lucy's dumb buggy, and the big Unikitty, Ultra Kitty, like I didn't really get the Apocalypse vibe they were going for from that. This set brings it all together, and I appreciate that you now have at least, you know, one thing from that period before you go into all the crazy Duplo space shenanigans. Will I be buying it? Sadly not. But would I recommend it to people? I mean, heck yeah. Like, a lot of people like buildings in LEGO, even if they're just regular houses and stuff. This is a totally different kind of beast. This is a set that is very, very, very unique. And it also comes with a bunch of cool minifigures, too. Somebody pointed out, Where Are My Pants guy has gone all edgy, too. And, like, he's joined the fight. Look at him. He's super mad. And then you also have Harley Quinn, who has straight-up Suicide Squad costume.
Where are my Max?
Nice try. You did your best.
Tried.
Okay,
Wow, I hate the Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Like, I don't think that. Not only am I not super fond of DC to begin with, and I don't understand why they insist so heavily on having DC as their comic buddies, but
Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's makes
why.
sense.
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Well, in that case, forget about that complaint. But Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, they have other forms of her. I don't think, I mean, this might sound stingy. I don't think this is appropriate to be in a LEGO set. This is not...
Very prudish, Eljay.
Whatever. I mean, come on. Is there anyone that's going to disagree?
No,
This Harley Quinn.
Listen, Here's the thing about Harley Quinn, and here's what people gotta realize. It might suck for fans of DC. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that Suicide Squad is a good movie. I'm not. It's a bad movie. But it took a lot of characters who people know of, but aren't necessarily in the mainstream consciousness, and it has put them into the mainstream consciousness, at least kind of. Like, Deadshot is Will Smith forever to most people. Harley Quinn, people love.
I mean, that's fine.
She does have the classic design, but this design, in the eyes of the mainstream, has overwritten her classic design to the point where they're merging the two. I'm not a comic aficionado, but I believe her New 52 design was either a merger.
Based on this.
It's loosely based on this. So if she's going to be in the movie, which I figure they didn't want to put the Joker in it for some reason, so they're putting Harley Quinn in instead. Probably because Joker and Batman had resolution like a Batman movie.
Which
Probably.
We probably don't want Joker to be in this movie.
Yeah, probably not. This movie, by the way, totally confirms that the Lego Batman movie was a prequel.
A prequel to what? Lego Movie 1?
The Lego Movie 2. And Lego Movie 1. What am I saying? Yeah, no, prequel to both.
Didn't he reference Wild Style?
Possibly, but the problem is it cannot be a sequel to the Lego Movie 1 because the Duplo folk arrive that movie. That starts the conflict. What we're going to see is shortly thereafter. Batman isn't going to be a part of the beginning of the conflict, leave, have an entire story, have a table blown up, come back, and then do his whole tire shoulder thing.
Touche. We'll have to go, we'll have to rewatch. I would honestly, people might find this controversial, I would honestly accept that it's not the same Batman. For the same reason that it's not the same Harley Quinn.
I guess. On the subject of Harley Quinn, this kind of ties back into my perplexion as to why it's this design. Because we also have another DC character in the set, and it's Green Lantern. And it's heavily modified. It doesn't look like any Green Lantern I've ever seen. So I'm not sure. The only reason I feel that they went for this design for Harley Quinn is because it's easy. It already looks punk rock. It already looks like it's after an apocalypse. The torn clothes and whatnot. But
it's already edgy.
Yeah, it's already edgy.
It's already edgy, but it's also it's already the mainstream design.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the iconic Harley Quinn look. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people dress up as this Harley Quinn the year that Suicide Squad came out for Halloween.
Yeah. I would say it's the modern Harley Quinn, but I think there's a more iconic one.
It's all about the time period, and I like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I think
it's
iconic,
I think yes, but it's the general. I don't know, the general pop culture right now, or I don't know, the less super dedicated comic book fans, they probably there's probably a lot more people now that know Harley Quinn by that, or some people that know Harley Quinn by that appearance alone, because that's
it's like how most people associate Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. It's just a thing that happens because movies are super mainstream.
Yeah, the whole shooting web throughout the hand, and then everyone.
There's two other lines of thinking that I have. Number one is the reason they made Green Lantern how they did is for two reasons. Number one, Green Lantern's a meme, which is why they kind of have him acting dopey, and they have his second face, and they're making fun of him basically. And two, there is no modern current interpretation of Green Lantern because he hasn't had a movie in almost a decade, so they can kind of do whatever with him.
That Green Lantern movie come out with Ryan Reynolds? Was it really a decade ago?
No, I mean, I'm overestimating. Half a decade-ish. I don't know when it came out. 2011. Yeah, about 8 years.
Wow.
And no, he was not in Justice League, Adam. I think he was going to be at one point, but he did not make the final cut.
Which is a very good thing.
Yeah, that movie had too many people already.
Yeah.
And another reason why I think they may have done Harley Quinn this way is because they already did, the Lego Batman movie Harley Quinn, which was their love letter to the classic appearance. And a lot of people consider that minifigure to be basically perfect. And they may not have wanted to, mess with it too much, lest they risk comparisons. So they figured they'd do something different. And then, yeah, it already fits the aesthetic.
I guess. I am seeing in the YouTube live chat that Sakota is saying, I think they chose this design because according to IMDb, Margot Robbie is going to be in the film.
Hey.
There we go. Case closed, gentlemen.
Is she voicing Harley Quinn?
I mean, presumably.
Harley Quinn in the trailer.
Presumably. So at that point, where is Henry Cavill to voice Superman? Or, I don't know, Ben Affleck to voice Batman?
Well, Henry Cavill probably doesn't
because
want...
they quit.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, it's like, it rubs me the wrong way. I obviously,
really? They quit?
Well,
I have...
Eljay hates fishnet stockings.
Okay, don't do this to me. I think, obviously, Margot Robbie did a perfectly fine job being
let
Harley
Quinn wear whatever she wants
Holy
to wear.
crud.
Eljay's outfit shit.
Okay. I just don't think that, given the source material, that this is a particularly Lego-esque design, personally. At the same time, I'm not going to die over a hill for it. So, whatever.
As Prentice points out, Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa are also in the movie.
Oh, yeah! They are! What the fudge?
So everyone except for Batman got replaced because Batman's too iconic, which I get. Now, alternatively, I was gonna say something. Your typing drowned me out.
Okay,
Killed
listen.
my train of thought.
Man's gotta type. I gotta converse with the people in the live chat because they're kind enough to converse.
Thank you, live chat people. I really appreciate you, except when you make me lose my train of thought.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so there was the TV spot that got released for the Lego Movie 2 that actually had the DC characters, and they have Harley Quinn yell out, "That's a suicide mission."
Of course. After they did so much to separate Suicide Squad from the Lego DC line with all the Suicide Squad characters.
I was very surprised they would actually say the word suicide in Lego Movie 2, but clearly the Warner Brothers influence is very strong.
Evidently.
And I think that pretty much will answer all the questions, like why is this done a certain way? Why is this done a certain way? It's because Warner Brothers wants to cross promote DC. That's basically it. It's a property of theirs that's kind of hurting right now.
Really?
They can use all the publicity you can get.
I mean, honestly, they just need to scrap it. The best Batman that we have ever gotten is Will Arnett, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Okay? Like, I have a much greater appreciation for Will Arnett's Lego Batman after watching Arrested Development. It's so good.
Also, yeah, kind of something. I reference that because, critically, it's doing horrendously, and Justice League didn't make a lot of money, but Aquaman is making boatloads of money, and Wonder Woman was... and getting decent critical reviews, so... But they couldn't have known that when they made the decisions to put these characters in the movie. They were still operating in, panic mode back then, so... Yeah. There's probably some cross-promotion meta stuff at play, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fun. I like seeing the DC characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, the
DC
minifigures.
sucks.
I like Batman with the tires on his shoulders, as armor, whatever those are supposed to be.
Yeah, no, they're tires.
Awesome.
You know, Meso, you not knowing what they are makes Batman really tired.
Oh man, the silence that commenced. It was so unfunny. Was incredibly funny.
That silence could kill.
I think it did. The conversation.
think the entire universe just stopped for a second just to be like, LJ, no, just no.
And that's basically all.
You went for it either way, though, LJ. I can respect that.
Thank you.
And that's basically all for Apocalypseburg. Anyone have thoughts?
Well,
Uh,
X, I'll let you go first.
I had a lot on my mind, but it just kind of rambled into this big mush that just kind of, yeah. So.
You talked about the significance of it to you. You got your points up.
Yeah, I think I got my point across that I like it a lot for a lot of personal reasons. So I can't. I'm really biased because of like nostalgia. So, but it's a very nice set. I like that they're doing something different. I want more stuff like this where I just don't expect what they did at all. I like it. Thanks. Thank you, Lego. We need to be more positive and give you a lot of nice words so that you don't cancel the
Eljay, what do you think?
I mean, it's an excellent set. I think that it is a really good-looking set. I'm sure it is an incredibly well-built-looking set. I have nothing too substantially bad to say about it. Obviously, I'm not super big on the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn design being a part of the set or the film, clearly. Because, I think LEGO goes for a very specific demographic, and that might be shifting. We might be seeing a change in that. It just seems weird to me. And it just doesn't seem LEGO-ish, obviously. But call me what you want. I'm sure you all will. I digress. The set overall looks stellar. I think that it's really well done.
It's a good set. I digress.
There we go. I don't personally agree with your point about all the gray. I actually don't think there's a whole lot of gray and silver. It's a very colorful set. You have a bunch of sand green. You have the nice dark blue. I think there's a lot of color to this.
Colors. I think they're very lower.
They are. It's a tad muted.
It's a lot of desaturation.
There we go. Yeah.
That look kind of gray.
But I think that really works for it. I think that.
Yeah, I agree.
Despite the desaturation, there's a lot of different shades that are happening, and I think that really works well for it. I think that people who like pieces are going to love this. So, yeah, that's another thing. Why is this Harley Quinn design in here when we already have a LEGO Batman movie Harley Quinn design? Like, we already have Harley Quinn in... I might have missed what you said about that.
Yeah, you did miss what I said.
Okay, fair enough.
I said, you were talking about how Batman, it's the same Batman, and I'm like, does it have to be?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay.
Multiple Batmen from multiple universes, because this obviously isn't the same Harley Quinn.
I wonder if they're gonna they're gonna reference the LEGO Batman movie and just blow that theory out of the water.
That would be interesting.
Anyway.
Yeah, this Harley Quinn's quite different. She has claw hands.
So, okay.
But I digress.
Yeah, thank you. Ven, what about you?
I already digressed.
Okay. Everyone has digressed?
We've digressed.
Alright, fair enough. In that case, the set is going to be available directly from LEGO stores and Shop at Home starting on January 16th, 2019. So there we go.
Let's talk about some minifigures.
Oh, please, let us.
I love figures.
So, over the week...
I both love, hate, and question this minifigure line for a variety of reasons.
Over the week, we got the LEGO Movie 2 Collectible Minifigure Series figures revealed. We have about 20 of them. We were also told that there's going to be another series that is going to apparently surprise people on the exact same image. And you can see it here. This picture is... Oh, goodness. According to this article on Brickset, it was thanks to The Cobra for bringing this high-resolution catalog image to their attention. So, credit to both of those individuals. I have an image I want to show you all.
Eljay.
Okay.
Why would you do this?
Because I know, Meso. If our situations were reversed, you'd do the same.
what possible situation would there be
No
that
idea.
I would use against you?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to present to you all Melanak, the minifigure experience.
Oh yes.
Behold!
Yes. I want it.
There should be. We should get a
God.
hold of that minifigure and make a custom Melanak minifigure, and that should
I've been dreading this ever since I saw this picture. I knew so much this was going down. So for those who might not watch every episode of ours, here's context. I mentioned a while back on a story that really had no reason to be on BrickFeed. We were basically just killing time. That I really hate watermelon because there was a point in my life where it was like my favorite fruit, and then I just ate so much of it that it got to the point where not only did I start to dislike it, but I had trouble like thinking of it without feeling repulsed. It was like, without exaggeration, my kryptonite, the one food item that could like make me ill.
I
So-
know what I'm getting you this year, Brick Fair.
No, I'm gonna beat this. I'm not gonna let this win. I am now making it my mission, everyone. Before this comes out, I'm gonna get back to loving watermelon.
what if-
I'm gonna eat so much watermelon.
Imagine
you're gonna.
he's gonna try and get back into watermelon. He's going to eat the watermelon, enjoy it, and eat so much of it he hates it all over again.
I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm breaking this. This is not gonna be the Solukians all over again. We're not gonna have the watermelonians.
I hope not.
We're-
I don't want a bunch of sorry saps running around harassing people like the garbage people that they try to be very hard and succeed. But about watermelon.
I turned myself into a melon, Eljay. I'm melon. Matoro made an animation of that.
I'm a melon.
But
Yes,
this works
it's,
out because
it's revolting.
thankfully, everyone, there's an easy way you can make your own as well. If you have an official TTV Meso minifigure, which I just so happen to have an actual official design for right on screen right now. And all you need to do is take that face and put it on this minifigure, and you'll have your very own fully Lego Melanak.
Or you could, now hear me out, not do that and do it literally anything else in the world.
Now, Meso. No, I am definitely going to do that.
Dear God.
I probably won't get this minifigure.
Wow. That was a quick flip.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm going to put my serious face on. I probably won't be getting any of these. Maybe one or two just for the heck of it, but there is nothing that really gets me interested in this. Melanak for the meme, but that's it.
Let's talk about this. Subjectively, sure, that's fine. You have bad taste. Objectively,
Oh, how dare you.
these are
Nice.
this is a fantastic series, but not
Start
for the
image on
reasons. No, they just didn't post it. I got you.
Oh, did I not? Okay.
No, you were too busy memeing.
Sorry.
There's also a higher quality one.
And
So
there
here's
are
the thing about this.
also individual high-quality minifigure looks at the Brick Fan. There we go.
Good old Brick fan.
Continue.
Here's the thing about this series.
Mhm.
It's cool.
Mm.
It's really, really cool, but not for the reasons you might expect. My opinion is that most of the minifigures based on the LEGO Movie 2 characters, while cool, aren't particularly the most interesting. Like, is it cool to see Lord Business in, like, casual golf wear? Yes. President Business, not Lord Business. That's awesome. Not a minifigure that I would personally go crazy trying to get, though. You know, Lucy in a hood. That's cool. Same thing. The real standouts here are the Wizard of Oz characters. Which,
Why are they there though?
for some reason, are here. Probably because Lego got the license.
That's so
to
weird.
use- Lego got the license to use Wizard of Oz characters, and they put them in Lego Dimensions. But I don't actually think they ever made more than one minifigure pack for them. I could be wrong on that.
Is
It was the
that
Wicked Witch
actually
of the
Abraham
West.
Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yes. And
That's
it's epic.
amazing.
Okay, yeah, unless I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. They only made the Wicked Witch minifigure pack for LEGO Dimensions, but they did have a level pack that had all the characters. They just never got minifigure representations until now. So it's kind of a holdover from the Dimensions era. You know, we know they got a lot of license they were going to use. They just never got around to using it. That's why we have Nightmare Before Christmas brickheads, but not actual sets. They were going to be LEGO Dimensions characters. Yet. So they may be in the movie. And it makes sense, because I think they were in Lego Batman, right? The Flying Monkeys.
Yes, they
Were
were.
they there? So again, Warner Brothers cross-promoting the licenses they own or have the rights to use. It's just another case of that, but they're all cool and unique and very well done and very accurate, and they are the star of this wave. Everything else is periphery. Like Unikitty. I think that's the exact same Unikitty model. Am I wrong? Maybe like slightly different.
That's very random to just have a normal Unikitty just in there. With all
Very
the
random. Like
minifigures.
Benny with a claw hand. Some of these are kind of phoned in.
Benny with a claw hand, yeah, that's kind of already in sets.
Yeah, some of these are kind of phoned in. I'm not gonna lie. The ones based on actual Lego Movie too. But like Abe Lincoln, The Wizard of Oz, Giraffe Man, Crayon Girl, and Lucy with the gold record and like the recolored hair. That's neat.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a kind of a dip into I don't know, that there's like another world, the Sistar or something. It seems like these pink like renditions of these characters. I don't really know if they're old characters. The girl with the guitar at the bottom as well as the girl at the very top left. They all seem like they're. It seems like the equivalent of at the end of Lego Batman Movie 2.
Yeah.
All the white suits. So, I mean, that's the sort of vibe I'm getting. Of course, it might be some completely different thing, but that's what.
I'm thinking you're right. That's the vibe I get to.
Yeah, because you have Wild Style and she's like all. I don't know.
Wild Style is dead. It's
Colored?
Lucy now.
All pinkified.
Yeah, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. And I mean, I quite like a lot of these brighter colored characters. They bring a lot of like interesting.
All of these characters in LJ's favorite color.
No, don't do this to me. Don't throw me under
Lego
the
Movie.
proverbial bus.
Lego Movie 2 release date is the new Pink Day.
Oh my gosh, no!
Pink Day.
No!
And there's also the angry guy or crazy guy. I don't know what to call him. The guy with the Velociraptors. I like that he's in there, and you can actually
Rex
get, like, a baby
Danger
raptor.
Vest.
Yeah, that guy. It's great that you can get a hold of like a tiny little raptor without. Like,
Yeah, so it's not like this is a bad series. Like
Oh,
most
no,
of the
no.
minifigures are good.
I don't think this is a bad series at all. I think it's an excellent series. I just have no interest in anything in it.
I think it's excellent except for like the main characters like Emmett, Lucy, President Business.
Well,
Benny.
no, President
Yeah,
Business
those
is
seem
actually...
like the most.
President Business is probably the best one because there are a lot of casual clothing items in that set. The issue being, I could use those. The problem is, I don't know anybody in the world, in my circle of people, that wears clothes anything like that. So, it's a really good thing from a meta perspective, and I hate to say that phrase.
Hey.
Just not a direct application for my purposes.
And you notice how I didn't mention Watermelon Guy at all during my spiel. It's because as much as it pains me to admit it, he's probably the best one.
I mean, he's got a cool sunglasses
Watermelon Guy
face.
is pretty great.
I do love this incredibly smug face.
Dude, the smug face is too good.
It fits so well. Yeah, honestly, like what you said, Envoy, is that Meso is that it's a guy I play video games with a lot. Okay, I messed up. All of the characters, all the main characters seem incredibly underwhelming. It's kind of like the all the side characters that are kind of stealing the show here. So I'm glad that we're kind of getting the juice from like a normal minifigure collectible wave that's not tied into some sort of movie or license, which I think is great because people have been wanting that for a very long time. And even though that there's some underwhelming in here, I mean, we get the Wizard of Oz characters out of nowhere.
And I mean, it makes sense because the main characters probably aren't going to have too many alternate outfits. You know, like the ones they've done are good enough, I suppose. Like Emmett with the smiling and the coffee and the music, and Lucy with the hood. Like that's as good as we're probably going to get. So I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the expressive female faces that we get on the two female characters that we have here that we don't know the name of, the top left one and the one with the guitar. I'm just gonna call it Guitar Cat Girl and Singing Girl, I guess. I don't know. I just think they bring in some very interesting pieces.
Everyone bring Eljay a cat girl to BrickFeed.
Do not do that.
Give it to him.
That would be...
You'll make him very happy.
Okay, that...
Cat Girl Army!
That is the worst minifigure of this entire series. Like, I'm not particularly huge on the Wizard of Oz, but they're fine minifigures. They're really good adaptations. But that
like some of
lady with the guitar is the worst one. The worst one.
All right, I know which one I'm getting you at
BrickFeed 2019, everyone. Be there.
You give them to me, I sell them.
We should do like what we did last year, but instead of opening different minifigures, they're all just bags of that cat girl. That'd be great. That would be lovely.
I apologize for cutting you off, X. Please continue.
It's okay. I do love the I do like some of the I guess remixed characters from the previous movie. The Abe Lincoln as like vampire hunter. Is that what it's supposed to be?
The official, quote-unquote, official title for this minifigure, according to the Brick Fan, is Apocalypseburg Abe.
Okay. Well, he looks very much like... Yeah, you get the reference, which I think is really cool. And I do love that we have the crazy cat lady from the first one that has like a little angry apocalypse cat with like a mohawk and stuff. I really feel like that's a must-have for me, just because that...
The callbacks are real.
Yeah, I do like this, the little bit of meta callbacks. I'm really curious as to see how President Business is just going to end up in the movie just golfing.
I didn't realize he was going to be in the movie at all.
Well, he might not be.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And Giraffe Guy, you know... They got the Giraffe Guy out just a little... tiny bit late.
Yeah, too late.
Too late for,
Jeffrey's toy box, guys. We're coming back.
Okay.
I think this is a very good wave. I think this it doesn't make up for the 2 Batman waves. I feel like we could have still only got one, but
the second one was very redundant.
Yeah, but this feels like it has something for everyone. You know, it's a lot. I think it's a very nice wave with a lot of interesting characters, and I think this will bring a lot of nice minifigure accessories and pieces to people.
Yeah, I can agree. However, very briefly, just as a bit of a warning for everyone, if you do go looking up the names of the minifigures, do be advised there are some spoilers in the minifigures' official names. Some of them. So, proceed with caution.
Are there?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you probably just ran across it.
One of them.
Yeah, there you go. So, just a little bit of a forewarning.
I want the spoilers.
I will tell you when you're older.
Yeah, when he's old enough to have seen the movie. So
Speaking of spoilers, unless anyone has anything else to say about these minifigures, I want to do an epic flowing segue.
All right, well,
do it.
Wait. They come out in February. Okay, continue.
So speaking of spoilers for LEGO Movie 2, to continue with our ongoing saga of talk about the movie.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the spoiler. That's really good.
There you go.
It's coming out next month, February 8th, right? So it comes out.
I'm
I
actually
believe so.
not sure.
So anyone who's been following along knows that like the whole plot got leaked a while ago, and that coupled with the general uncertainty in regards to the movie and its message and its tone and its sequel status. There's a lot of concerns about the movie, particularly after Ninjago. A lot of people have kind of put this movie up on a pedestal that perhaps is slightly unfair to it. Number one, because it's been so many years since the LEGO Movie 1. But number two, because the LEGO Cinematic Universe desperately needs a win. Batman movie was great, but it technically underperformed at the box office based on their projections. Ninjago wasn't great, and it drastically underperformed at the box office. So if you want to look at things from a purely factual standpoint, it's been nothing but a downward slope. Not to say it's like necessarily Armageddon levels for the franchise, but like a movie 2 needs to be good, right? Everyone can agree. But they held off a long time for releasing a second trailer. A long time, like months. And I find that interesting when coupled with the fact that the entire script got leaked. The last time something like that happened to something that I enjoy was Mass Effect 3, where the entire script got leaked before development ended, and they were forced to do rewrites because they didn't want their story obviously spoiled to the public before the movie is even out or the game was even out in that question. And anyone who's a gamer knows what happened with Mass Effect 3. It was a colossal, unparalleled disaster. Because when people panic and they rewrite in the 11th hour, mistakes can happen. And when you couple that with the LEGO Movie 2 having a message, as we know, about, controversial, important to get right subjects like gender inequality and gender roles and girls' toys and boys' toys, it's kind of important they get this right. Well, there's a little bit of insider info, maybe. Basically, Matoro from our podcast, Dead Matoro, told us a little bit ago off air that there were actually people who came to her college to give lectures who worked on the LEGO Movie 2. And they mentioned either in the lectures or in her vicinity that they actually departed the project because of turmoil going on behind the scenes in regards to the plot about gender roles. That was what was said. So naturally, like, it's not some like I see already Prentice in the chat. This sounds like it could be a my uncle works at Nintendo situation. These are not random people. These were actual people in the movie film industry who were giving lectures at like a college. So this isn't, they can't exactly fake credentials to get in there.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Not with that attitude. Like, obviously we haven't seen it. It's not like we have a transcript of the dialogue in question. So take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But it would not exactly surprise me that there are people behind the scenes doing this. Now, what does that mean for the movie? I don't know. It's not like any concrete sign of the apocalypse or whatever. Just another in a long line of worrying signs. Because I can totally see, I've said it since day one, since we knew that this movie was going to have this plot, I've been very skeptical of them translating, this topic into LEGO for a variety of reasons. Number one, because it's very nuanced. Gender roles is a big topic in, the world today, let alone in the little microcosm of LEGO and the LEGO community. And number two, it's inherently, basically LEGO's screwed either way. I might not explain this as eloquently as I'd like, but if you think about it, you'll get my meaning. Either they go with the message, girls' toys and boys' toys, they don't exist. Anyone can play with anything, and these roles that they're given is really just, it's societal, basically. Society gives these roles on toys, and they tell you what you can and can't play with. If they do that, then it's hypocrisy because Lego has fully owned up to the concept of girls' toys and boys' toys because they made the entire Friends demographic and mini doll line specifically to be distinct from a regular minifigure and boys' toys. And they obviously did market research because it's selling really well and people are super into it, which is why they keep doing it. So if they go that message, then they're failing. And if they go the other route where, they say, girls' toys and boys' toys are real and you need to, respect that there's certain groups and you need to stay in your lane, basically, they're going to anger a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because that's a very popular issue. It's bad. I don't see a way out of this where they don't end up catching some kind of heat for it from some kind of group, which is obviously inherent when you tackle any topic like this. You run the risk of controversy. They probably expected as much. It's just interesting to me because now this movie that needs to be good, that needs to be really good, is now going to have this cloud over it where obviously it's causing disagreements in the production staff if people are leaving over it. And the entire script getting leaked, prompting hasty rewrites. I don't know how much of that is going to be the message or the actual plot of the movie, but it's a cause for concern, to put it mildly. And that's basically all I wanted to say. Just wanted to let you guys know that was floating around out there.
I love have you said at the very end of that. Just this is what I wanted to say. This long, obvious speech about how the Lego Movie might be just going right through the descriptive words that are negative. It just.
Listen, man, I don't know if it's bad or good. Sometimes rewrites can help. Sometimes maybe they fixed stuff. It's just there's a negative connotation. The delays in advertising, coupled with the script leaking, coupled with internal turmoil, coupled with a hot button modern issue that there's no win for, is bad. It's bad, dude.
I really hope Lego does not get into this debate.
It's too
very
late.
modern.
It's too late.
Yeah.
They've been in this debate for actually a lot longer. There's a pretty well-known magazine page that has a young child, a girl, holding a mock that she made, and it's just a bunch of scrambled pieces. And I was like, look, she made this, and it's circulated often. It's from the 70s, I think. It's from a long time ago.
Oh god.
So they've been in this conversation for a very long time. And this isn't necessarily saying new to Lego. And obviously Lego knows market demographics like crazy. They do so much market research and investigation into a variety of different demographics. So I trust Lego to know what they're talking about. I don't trust Warner Brothers to. I definitely think I don't think Lego would have gone this direction. I definitely think Warner Brothers is going to really push heavily on this. And at some point in the future, if this movie bombs, if nobody likes this movie, if they botch it, then we're going to find out later, oh yeah, the Lego Movie 2, Warner Brothers was heavily involved, and they really wanted to go this direction with the film and the franchise. And it was really restrictive, and it was very difficult to work under the restrictions.
There's one thing they could do, and Zero Marty Zero, puts it quite nicely. It's a common belief, but they sum it up very nicely. I thought that's what they're doing with the mini dolls and Lego Movie 2 sets, showing that they are for both girls and boys. The angle they could do is, the sister, she has her toys and she's happy with her toys, but she's still she likes the brothers' toys too, and she wants to play with those too, and that there's not necessarily anything wrong with either group or having toys catered to certain genders. The problem is when you tell them that they can't enjoy the other side as well, or that they shouldn't.
Probably where they're going.
Which is probably, hopefully, where they're going. Now, the flip side of that is that's kind of I feel about that kind of how, LJ, you feel about Zootopia.
Oh, great.
Where I'm is that really a moral that needs to be told?
Well, the
Seems
problem,
a little heavy-handed.
A, it
Little
is
bit.
heavy-handed, and B, the issue therein lies with what the analogy is. With Zootopia, I think it failed from a fundamental standpoint of being analogous. They were trying hard to make an analogy between race and different races of animals. And I don't think you can really do that very well, especially not in the way that they went about it. I thought that it was incredibly ham-fisted, which is not a pun, but I can see how it would be. With the Lego movie...
The pigs.
Yeah. With the Lego movie, it's much easier to convey this kind of a conversation with Lego, because it is inherent in demographics. And so there are easier representations and analogies to make with Lego. The problem is which ones they're going to make and how they're going to make them. Because the Lego Movie 1 was really, really good there's a video on the channel done by Haley, Meso's girlfriend Haley, if you didn't know, by the way.
There you go.
That she did a really good job going over the subject of Emmett and President Business being analogous to the child and Will Ferrell, which it's pretty straightforward. She was talking about it from more of a framing perspective,
Yeah.
and that's really solid. They did a really good job of framing the film from that perspective. I don't know if they're going to do it like this, because at the end of the Lego Movie 1, they represent the younger sibling coming in with Duplo. That's fine. That makes a lot of sense. And in this one, they're kind of pivoting, but they're also kind of not pivoting, because they're going from Duplo, which is an age-related brand, to Mini Dolls, which is Friends, which is a targeted, demographically locked theme.
What I think they're probably doing is like age is playing a role.
Maybe.
Like Finn has grown up and is now into edgy apocalypse stuff, and the girl's grown up and like has moved on from Duplo to Mini Dolls, but still has the Duplo laying around, just like Finn still has Emmett laying around.
Maybe. I think that's possible. It just because
this
the
episode
trailers. No, go ahead, X.
Of Lego conspiracy.
I think
Basically what we're doing.
Yes,
the trailers are a little misleading because they show the Duplo attack, which is obviously going to be a flashback or a setup scene in the same trailer as all the modern stuff, the Sistar system. It could be really clever film. Like, it could be really obvious.
Could
But
also suck.
But I don't think this is going to end well. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to end well. I don't think it's because... The reasons I don't think it's going to end well are not because of what Motoro said. Because animated films go through a lot of reworks and a lot of thorough development throughout the entirety of production. So I don't actually think that what Motoro said is really going to affect things in the long run. Because individuals have opinions, obviously. Everybody has their own thoughts on everything, and that's fine. And that just may have been a difference of opinion. Who knows? We won't find out until the film is out.
LJ loves playing devil's advocate. It's his favorite thing to do.
It is not my favorite thing to do. I'm just... I'm trying hard to offer a perspective on why this film might not be...
Maybe LJ is just the devil.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm LJ, not El Diablo, thank you.
Ah,
That was nice. I liked it.
that was pretty good. Only
you.
the devil could make a joke like that, though.
Oh my gosh.
You
But-
devil.
I'm concerned about the movie. I definitely think that this is going to end badly. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, because I really liked the Lego Movie 1. I thought the Lego Batman movie was also of that same quality. Ninjago, not so much. So this one has to do well.
Well, Ninjago was written by like 10 different people or something.
Yeah,
so.
it had a lot of writers, and it was just a massive mess.
Yeah, I mean, like, my opinions are basically, like, I think this is a moral... Not having seen the movie, of course, obviously. This isn't really a moral that needs telling. Then again, I'm also not a sexist. Who cares what people's...
Wow.
You know, what kind of toys people play with. Wow. Yeah, like I don't care what kind of Lego people play with, so I'm not exactly the target audience for this moral. You know what I mean? But then again, if you're trying to convince people to do something through a Lego movie or like believe a certain way, then you get into like preachy territory
Like
where the moral
Zootopia.
comes before the storytelling. So you see how it's like a no-win on either side. It's like there might be a message here worth telling for certain kinds of people who think certain kinds of ways, but will those people be convinced through a Lego movie? I'm not sure. Well, honestly, not sure. But hey, you know,
No,
at
no.
the very least, I hope it's a movie that people can enjoy and feel inspired by.
They won't be. They won't be
That's-
convinced by
That's
a
at the
Lego
end
movie.
of the day. That's at the end of the day what you know what the Lego movies are for. It's about inspiration and creativity. So hey, hopefully they portray it well.
They won't. No. Hopefully, we'll see. But
I hope they do.
I doubt.
One more fast.
We'll see.
One more quick thing, because then we got to get to the extra mock, and then we got to end. Not about the Lego movie. I just want to let people know real quick. 'Cause we haven't actually addressed it. There's like 1 billion Lego Ninjago mini movies out on the Ninjago site. For those who just might not be aware, the Ninjago Legacy short movies were released a bit ago, and it's an interesting move because there's like a mini movie per set that got released, more or less. You know, give or take a few. And the reason that's interesting is 'cause people have been wondering ever since these sets got revealed how they were going to tie into the TV special, which we now know is called March of the Oni. The answer is they don't. They don't at all, which most people could have told you using simple logic. No offense. But for some reason, people kept clinging, you know, to their belief that the Overlord and the Skulkin and the Serpentine and the Stone Army were somehow going to be in the new wave through time travel or some such. No, it's just a celebration of Ninjago's 100 episodes. That's all it is, because March of the Oni isn't going to have any sets. And you know, these mini movies feature the sets in cool ways. Some are present day and some are flashbacks. They're fun, and you should go give them a watch. Even though there's one that's kind of unsettling because it's old Lloyd talking to the Ultra Dragon, but it has new Lloyd's voice and the new design of the Ultra Dragon. And it's just kind of creepy, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Jillian Michael voicing Lloyd. They should have got Jillian Michael back for that.
No. I 100%
It's very
disagree.
off-putting.
It's not
It's very
off-putting at all.
off-putting when it's supposed to be canon.
I don't care.
Eh.
Listen,
Like, it's the question
Julian,
people have wondered for years. What happened to the Ultra Dragon? Because they just wrote him out of the story. You finally answer it in a way that doesn't work with, like, the TV show. It's uncomfortable
yes,
to watch.
with a
if you watch
better voice for the character. I'm perfectly willing to go with continuity when it comes to voice actors because the character is usually their voice. Psst, if you guys need any voices, I'm here. Anyway, but I will make a concession for Lloyd, just on the pure reasoning that Julian Michaels, while she is an immensely talented voice actress, was
Very miscast.
not the right voice for Lloyd, and especially not older Lloyd. So I will 100% make a concession
Yeah,
when it
definitely
comes
not
to
older.
Lloyd specifically, because his current voice actor does a really good job. It really works for the character. I don't want to hear Julian Michaels Lloyd again.
I would agree, just if it wasn't so important. That's my only thing. But
I
I
don't
digress.
think so.
I digress. Bracket / Eljay. I get your point.
I also digress.
All right, so yeah, go watch those. They're very cool. And another funny revelation: they have these murals for every season. Like they have one of the monks from that one monastery in Sons
I know
of
what you're about
Garmadon,
to
like
say.
drawing murals for each season. And it's really awesome. They even have stuff that you might not consider all that important, but is technically canon. They have a mural for the Dark Island book trilogy with Klaus as the villain. Like, that's canon, and that's actually in the mini movie. They have a painting representation of that. It's really awesome. They have everything that ever mattered in Ninjago. You know, and they omitted the stuff that doesn't matter, like Day of the Departed.
Oh, I did not know this was the direction you were going. Okay, fair enough.
This is the direction I'm going.
Because I thought you were going in the Nauticon direction.
That's another thing. They have a mural for Skybound, which no one should remember.
Except for Lloyd and Jay and Nia, for whatever reason.
I would listen. All they gotta do, they just gotta hand wave that and be like, Jay and Nia told the story. I don't even care anymore. You know, they've already broken that so many times. It's been years. I accept it. Just make a passing statement. People know now. They don't remember, but they know. So my thing with that is they didn't actually make a mural for Day of the Departed, which I find hilarious because I didn't like Day of the Departed, and I also don't like Cole too much. So it's funny to me that he got the short end of the stick again. Haley did not take it too well, to put it mildly. So she started a Twitter campaign, #Justice for Cole, which you should not support.
I agree.
But the hashtag does exist. And,
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
The only justice for Cole would be if they kill him, because then his suffering would end.
For Cole.
#Justice for Cole, because Lego always forgets about him or doesn't care about him.
I guess Lego Santa was pretty happy with everyone because he's not gonna give anyone any coal.
Wow. Dear God. And it's even more bizarre because it's Tommy Anderson who was heavily involved in making the shorts, and he's the one writing the fan fiction Way of the Departed that fleshes out Cole and Sensei Yang even more, but I guess he just forgot about it. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe during that he played a lot of Minecraft and was looking for diamonds, and all he found was coal. And so he got so angry. He's like, you know what? Forget this. I'm done with coal. I never want to see coal again. And that's why he wasn't very well involved.
Absolutely hilarious. So I don't know why. I'd be curious in a non-memeing way to know why that was not done. Haley did at Tommy Anderson, so hopefully he replies.
Hey, Tommy.
Some kind of explanation.
Tommy, come on the show.
I like how unsubtle you are.
Sorry, wait. Wording was improper. When I said show, I meant this one, BrickFeed. Come on to BrickFeed or Ninjago Cast. I was not talking about mine. I was talking about this one.
Eljay, stop cross-promoting your show. You do that all the time, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, stop that. Maybe we want him to interview on this podcast, huh? You ever think about that?
Yes, that's why I said... Okay. Even when I try to do good for this place.
Hey, man.
This place or your place?
This is my vengeance.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Nope.
Now, you should just interview yourself.
Honestly, yeah. You love talking about yourself.
Okay.
To yourself.
You know what? Go bite a watermelon.
Alright, now...
For Watermelon Man.
Extra mock, let's go.
So, extra mock, eh? So this is actually a very nice extra mock this time around, just because it, I like it when you can learn something from, there's two very big things that draw me to a mock, is that if you can learn something from the way they built it, if it's just very cleverly made, or if it just does something. I do like some sort of functions, but not just drown it in flick fire vessels, but as in actual it does something. So
right.
So this is Duncan Limbo, who goes as Donuts FTW on Flickr. He's actually on Instagram as well. And,
good. Flickr's dying.
What do the two donuts mean?
Yeah, it is. So here is the mock. that I wanted to present you guys. It's called the Lobster,
Okay.
which is it's a form
Rock
of
lobster.
and believe it or not, this is a ship that has, I guess you could call it, I guess you could call it a articulation. I don't know what you might call it, but anyway, if you watch what I just posted, you can he actually has
Oh, I see.
rotary functions in which you can
Right,
make
like
the
parts of the
mandibles open.
parts of the ship can like transform.
Yeah, like here is a like the entire ship has so many different nooks and crannies that are filled with detail. You can see that there's a side view picture
There
here
it is.
where he just shows
They
you.
can convert. That's the better word.
That's the better word? Yeah, convert. Let's go with that. But like in this this last image here that I posted, that hopefully it goes up. There you go. You could see like kind of inside what's going on there. You can see that he uses a lot of technique to sort of function all these.
This thing is absolutely genius.
Yeah, like
Right, this is really cool.
There's so much to this very little mock. Like it's just at first it's like it's a red ship, but it has a incredible amount of detail, and as you can see by a lot of these shots that you can see from the sides, as well as when he opens up the mock, you can see that he just has very cleverly made this with the help of both system and technic. And it's very impressive. I like this quite a lot, and this person alone as well has just made a great deal of creations throughout the entire photo stream, as you can see. And he definitely, I definitely feel he needs a lot more exposure. Basically, he deserves a lot more exposure.
This is the kind of thing that, like, the best way I can describe it, you were like, you can learn something. I'm just like, such hidden brilliance. It's the kind of thing that when you look at it, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh, this is a cool lobster ship. It's like a ship, kind of like the Thornatus. It looks like a lobster. This is neat. And then you posted the internals, and I'm just like, oh.
Then you see
Right.
what it can do,
That's...
and you're like, wow, this
Oh.
is really cool.
I could never have even fathomed building something like that myself. Like, wow.
Even the thrusters on the very back you can move them to the side as well.
That's like my favorite part.
that's
It's so
like a
subtle,
bit-
but it's nice.
Yeah, that's such like a very small but incredibly cool thing. It brings a lot more life to the mock because you can kind of envision it as like an actual vehicle. And
Yeah,
how
you
it
can
works.
picture it being animated in some sort of way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you can even see that he even has like detail under the vent flap. There you go. Now you can actually see the vent. He actually put the effort. It's very clever as well. And when you're seeing it from above, like that at the very first image, it might not look as exciting. But when you look on, like here's one where he even has just the wings opened up and there's actual like detail under there as well. So I'm really impressed by this entire thing basically. It really, it's one of those it feels like every single part he's put in here is here for a reason, because it kind of to make all of this fit into this one ship and have its function work as well. Like if you see the video as well, it is incredibly smoothly made as well. So I'm really impressed, and I think you guys should definitely check this guy out.
Oh, absolutely. I've been meaning to build with more system, so I'm definitely gonna look to this guy for some inspiration. I want to build something like this. Like, I want to make a Spider-Man themed ship of some sort.
Right?
I'm already getting so
Yeah.
many ideas.
Yeah, it's great when you look at mocks and you want to make something yourself. That's kind of the best mocks. Are you
Yeah, and
fan?
then I usually mess up. at somewhere along the way and lose all my motivation.
Yeah, but like then you figured out all the things you don't.
Oh, that's true.
You know, so you're one step further from that alone. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah. Something else that I wanted to show, like I'm trying to make this, like this guy has made a lot of mechs, by the way, just saying. So like I could feature any of his mechs, but instead I am featuring some other stuff that I find incredibly interesting. And even though there's a lot of stuff that this guy's made that sticks out, this thing I thought was incredibly unique, and it is it's just called the Obelisk, the Obelisk form, I guess. And it's like this big sci-fi tomb-looking thing. And I really love because he sort of has like an explorer there as well. So he's kind of made like a story behind this. Obviously not written it down, but it makes me think of it as there.
I really like that terrain.
Yeah, right?
I'm really digging that.
It's just very well made. And that obelisk, like, sort of tomb-looking thing, you can see in this picture here that I posted, it actually opens up and reveals this little guy inside of it, which I think is
nice.
It's more than an obelisk.
Yeah, this is cool. What? It's a little electro minifigure.
Yeah, like I don't know if this is from some sort of video game, or some sort.
Dude, again, that's so much more than meets the eye. It opening up.
Yeah, it opens
I
up.
did not see that coming. That's really cool.
And it reveals this blue energy guy. You know, it's something different. It's something cool. I really like high concept sci-fi like this. It's from Warhammer 40k. Okay, so it is from something.
It's a Necron tank.
I do not know.
Necron Tesseract Vault.
I don't know what any of these things are, but it sounds incredibly cool, and I'm a big fan of what. Oh, okay.
That's a really good representation.
That is indeed, and
The
it
Thornax
does open up
launchers.
as well.
That's great.
Very good.
And
Good choice for the extra marks. Come back.
Thanks, man. I wanted to.
Yeah, good job today, X.
Yeah, and believe it or not, though, like the one thing that made me come to this guy's like photo stream was this, which made me instantly click just because it's an old set a friend of mine had, and it's just a micro scale version of like one of my favorite themes. So this guy, he does it all. You know, he can make mechs, he can make cool sci-fi building tank things. I think you could learn a lot from this guy because he also, similar to showing the ship like opened up on the side, he does have some photos throughout his photo stream in which he just shows you like literal techniques and tips and just stuff in general that you can do with parts. So he just looks like someone who just enjoys building and sharing things that you can do with bricks. So,
Well, that's phenomenal.
right?
Sounds like someone that goes beyond the Call of Duty of just making mocks and is out to like help the overall community.
Right? You know, and he has 12 pages of photos. You know, it's just there's a lot to him. 1,101 photos on Flickr total.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you want to just sit down, get inspired, and you want to know how to just make a vehicle with functions that has like vents on it, you know, that's cool. That's crazy. It's insane.
Donuts FTW is your
Donuts.
mock.
Yeah, aka it's Duncan Limbo, aka Donuts for the win, or FTW. I think that's what it stands for. I don't know, but yeah, that's the extra mock. You know, I'm hoping you guys liking these mocks. I think it's great, and I want.
You are neat, X, and the mockists are neat, and this podcast is neat, and everything is neat.
Neat is a great word.
It is.
but people think it looks very underwhelming when you have it written down.
That's why you got to make it a little bit more interesting by calling something not just neat, but neato indeedo.
There you go. This is why I
There you
like
go.
to use my overly long language and quirky terms. Makes me sound a lot more intelligent than I actually am.
Do you have any closing thoughts regarding these mocks, Jay?
Well, I also like to use fancy language, so these look pretty swell, as my more
Not enough pink.
eloquent friendos say. No, thankfully it has no pink. But yeah, no, honestly, these are fantastic. I don't really have a whole lot to say from the perspective of someone who just does not mock. But the one that really gets me is the one you posted, the last one you posted, the one based off of the set. That one, I love that kind of stuff. I love it when people make micro scales or just smaller scale anything. It's really excellent. This guy's done a really good job capturing the set. All these mocks are incredible. I love the transformative function and the hidden details of all of them. So, absolutely great stuff.
LJ, be honest. You do mock. Makuto victory.
Very, very,
Got
very,
him.
very rarely. And it never works out because I'm not a mockist, Meso.
Untrue. You built
Okay.
a self-mock with me many years ago that was so good I replicated it and still haven't
Okay,
built it.
many years ago. Just because I have made mocks doesn't make me a mockist.
Just saying.
You have...
Labels don't matter.
You-
We're
you've-
all builders on the inside. Just take the bricks and put them together.
Stickers
Let
don't
your
matter.
imagination flow.
I'm sure you guys have swam before. That doesn't make you professional swimmers.
Professional swimmers.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. That's it.
Do you
Alright.
know something horrible before we leave this?
What?
Sure.
TikTok is 10 years old.
I don't know
Song
what that
by
is.
Kesha. It's a song by Kesha that's horrible.
Oh.
It's 10 years old now.
I see.
Oh,
Said,
God.
Yeah, it's 10 years old.
It's 10 years old. Yeah. Made you
Alright.
feel old, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
What makes me feel older is the Glatorian are 10 years old. That's what
thank
makes-
you.
Well, that's what drives me crazy. The Glatorian are a decade old. Like, my 10-year BZ Power anniversary passed in November, and I didn't even remember it.
That's
I've been on the
amazing.
internet for over 10 years now.
Gosh, I forgot how much later you came to BZP than I did.
I came in right when Bionicle was ending. Like, I missed all of the glory days. I got about, 11 months of
Peel,
mediocrity.
Bionicle is not 20 years old.
It's 19.
Yeah. It's 19 at least. It's 19 at the most. It's 18 at the least. Depending on how you look at it. It's not 20. Won't be 20 until 2020 or 2021. Yeah, in some places it was 2000. It's 2019.
That sure was a lot of money
Oh,
there.
wow, I'm a fool. PL, I know, I already know you're a fool. You challenged me to an Overwatch 1v1 that one time.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding.
All right.
You're great, Peel. You're awesome. I'm just messing.
Okay. No, don't do it
Revitalize
again.
This fighting spirit. I've revitalized it. All it takes is some good old-fashioned smack talk.
All right. On that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. For anyone listening, this episode won't be out for a few more days, I'm sure. But for anyone listening, if you're a member of the TTV message boards, thank you. If you aren't, highly recommend signing up for an account on the TTV message boards. That's board.ttvchannel.com. We have a poll going on right now where you can decide the order for the top 10 channel moments of TTV in 2018. We've got 11 options. You can vote for all 11 or you can vote for just one.
Please
It doesn't
don't.
matter. Well, it kind
don't
of sort of
vote for all
matters.
11.
There are 4 entries that are tied.
Please don't vote for everyone.
Please
like
don't
3.
vote. We have a lot of ties we need to break. But if you are a member on the message boards or are going to be signing up, please go over there and give that a vote. All of the moments are listed. We'd greatly appreciate that, as that list is going to be coming out sometime this month. So, okay. I think that basically wraps everything up. Do you guys have anything else to say?
LEGO Movie 2 is gonna suck.
I hope everyone's had a great start of the year, and we hope to have incredibly great year of a lot of nice experiences with you guys and our
Construction Summer 2019 or I Riot.
There we go.
That's not happening. Wait, but Meso, according to you, we already have it in Minecraft.
You're not wrong. We don't know if we're getting a Wave 2 in the summer.
Don't contradict yourself. You have to be consistent.
I said summer 2019.
Consistent.
Oh yeah, in like a month it's Toy Fair.
Oh no.
If that, still mattered. Last year they didn't even show summer sets.
Yeah, and the one time that you were actually there, you didn't even go.
It was Mucho and Fortunante.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Your dream right there in front of you, and you just let it go.
I like seeing a release set.
You just let it go, Elsa.
Yeah.
Alright, Ven, do you got anything before we head out?
No, I think I am good. I've said what I needed to say.
Okay. Alright.
I've been here the whole time.
No,
He
I
was
said
here the
welcome
whole
back
time!
to the BrickFeed Podcast.
Oh, thank you, buddy. But
Also
like I
liked
said,
having
I've
you
been
man.
here the whole time.
I liked having you here the entire time that you were here.
I liked having you here the entire time.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, man.
I liked you all being here the entire time.
I'm
Shut
glad
up.
we're all just such a loving.
Pink hater.
Yeah, shut up.
I tell you what you're trying for, Hex. He immediately ruined it. And he ruined it too. Okay, we're gonna go and wrap up with the outro music.
Let's go play some Minecraft. Woo!
No, I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah,
Go eat some food.
of course.
Me too.
I'm gonna go eat some delicious watermelon.
You know you're not. Alright, thank you all so very much for watching the BrickFeed Podcast today. It's 107, not 307. Make sure to follow us over on Twitter at the TTV channel. You know where to do every other thing. I'm LJ!
I'm Meso.
I'm Extrapert.
I'm Ven.
Once again, this has been the BrickFeed Podcast. We'll see you all again in an undetermined amount of time.
You gotta scream farewell, everybody. Like I did.
No, we don't.
Farewell, everybody!
Farewell,
I like that.
everybody! Goodbye! Leave!
Goodbye.